This week, I've been struggling with containing a more anger towards my parents. While I know that they love me as much as they can, and as healthy parents, they want to do what they think is best for me. What I think would be best for me if they call me by my female pronouns. And a few nights ago, I tried to convince them again. But I realized that because I'm the first trans person they ever met, I'm expected to give them the entire justification for why transness is a valid identity and not just like a phase or something like a mental disorder. It's frustrating. It's really is because I'm not that all that interested in the science of things. So it's unnatural for me to do the research, and I've never been like a research person. Even like I'm an analytical person who likes to ask questions that pop up from point to point. The actual research it's always been a bother to me, and as I become more and more of a creative writer, I need to get over that because I do need to do research into many different things if I want to write about them correctly and in greater depth. So yeah, to explore the emotion, it's definitely complicated. It would have been a lot easier if my parents were like outright bigots and somehow I just get thrown out of the house and into a homeless shelter. That would have been easier for me emotionally, but they still love me. They obviously still love me, and I'm still living in the house. It's just, I think it's just it's me torrents. And I think the only solution is that I need to build daily onto my dream, and then one day I'll be able to live financially independent, and then I can. And then when I'm fully financially independent, I'll be able to change my legal details as well as medical information. Then I don't when then in the presence of doctors I don't have to always constantly be referred to as he. And also when I'm living independently, I can associate with people who would call me she her, and then I would have the freedom to detect to my parents, hey, you have to call me she her, otherwise I'm gonna be putting down boundaries. And that would be really good. I'm looking forward to saying that someday. Because obviously I believe that if you have to live at somebody's house, you have to follow their rules. So this right now I'm grateful that I have the internet and I have people who look at me as a girl. Obviously, I don't have the best voice in order to capture how I feel about myself inside, but I'm getting more successful at it, at pushing my voice. And soon enough, I'll be able to casually speak in a more feminine voice that suits my identity. Because I'm really looking forward to having my suitable voice speak out the ideas that I'm thinking in my head. It all comes to daily practice and being consistent with it and cutting down the bad habits. Because that's a common motif I'm always saying in these vlogs is that I really want to work on being most efficient day to day. And Fridays, every second Friday, it's a really helpful day for me because I'll be able to sit down and contemplate my life and slowly figure out what I'm about because it would help me in writing my stories and being a more creative person because if I'm figuring out more about myself day by day, month by month, year by year, life gets more bearable because I'm not divided against myself. I'll be able to figure out how to accomplish the things I want to accomplish. And the more I do that, the happier I be. And I'm not living out my life so that I can be more happy. I want to be more self fulfilled. Happiness is going to be more of like a side thing that happens because of myself being some more self-fulfilled. Because I'm discovering more about myself and I'm recording this down so that I'll have something to compare to. To be honest, I haven't watched these vlogs back. I don't know when my first vlog was, but I don't know if I ever had filmed a vlog about, oh, I discovered that I'm trans, besides from the video about, oh, I'm sad because a youth pastor said some disparaging things about LGBTQ people. I still remember recording that vlog because I was very emotionally upset at that time, which is good for like looking back at, because I'm glad that I decided to have the courage to be willing to change my mind on things that I've grown up believing. So I think it is possible to still love my parents. I'm still very distraught in my mind because every time I look at my dad and mom, I think, how could you hold such disparaging views? And I think it's, oh, because the way they grown up. Even my dad said that we grown up listening about these certain things, and they're not the type to like research. They're just still stuck in that bubble of belief. And I said that I would drag them out of it, but it's just so annoying having to do the hard work. And I feel like this could take a few years of doing so. But would it be all worth it? Well, I think it would be worth having my parents accept all of me, but I'm not super attached to the point, oh, if they don't accept me, then I'll never be satisfied at all. Because I know that I can find people who will love me for who I am. And who be happy to know that I'm a girl. So that's really helpful for my psyche to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that I'm gonna work hard every day to see that happen. So, parents are not exactly like perfect angels we've grown up to believe. I think that's just the thing every child will come to realize as they get older. It's that, oh, parents have flaws because they're human beings. We either accept them or help to change them, to modify them so that we can live better, or they just move on and find people who accept them. And it could be anybody's ball game, but I'll be happy either way because I'm growing as a person.